CEF, nobody greater. CEF, CEF, nobody greater. CEF, CEF,
nobody greater.
CEF, CEF,
CEF is important to me because actually I would be lost without them, and I'm appreciative that is a place like this that people care about one another, and if they don't have the answers that you need or the people that you wanted to talk to, they can send you to places that you need to go. So that's a wonderful thing, and I'm pretty sure here in Durham, North Carolina, there's a lot of people don't know about CEF. So hope that I can post it and I can tell everybody what they done for me.
CEF is important to me because it's a space that acknowledges everyone's humanity and dignity.
CEF has always been supportive of the community, especially fixed income, low income, and no income people. We have always felt that they had a voice, and we still do.
So CEF is really important to me because it's really been an eye-opening experience to see sort of the different barriers affecting disadvantaged individuals and communities of color, and how these barriers can be interconnected. And I would say I've learned so much through the program, and have really appreciated, being able to share what I've learned to members through CEF, in hopes that, what I've learned can sort of improve their situation, however big the impact may be. And it's been really good to, meet new people and see and, be exposed to different walks of life and learning things along the way.
CEF is important to me because they are a great deal of help to seniors as well as people who are in need. And I am a person in need. Living alone, I definitely need someone to help me because of my family work, the balance of my family that's living work, and they are unable to help me. And this organization has helped me financially, spiritually, and in all other ways, even in food. I thank them all for everything they've done.
CEF is important to me because becoming an advocate has made me a more informed community member and allowed me to build meaningful connections with CEF members and other advocates.
CEF is important to me because they kept me from being homeless twice, and they've helped me so much in trying to get different benefits, and I'm so glad that I came to CEF.
We are human beings, and the people that we service are human beings, and they deserve some place to lay their heads at night.
CEF is important to me because I get to stay connected with my community, support people in achieving their housing and job goals, and continue to learn more and help fight against homelessness in our community.
Community Empowerment Fund is important to me because they help out in different facets of a person's life, socially, economically, and in every which way possible. I mean, they help with housing, they help with education, they help with volunteer opportunities. I know that they have been helping me, and they continue to help me, and I am blessed and grateful for them to help me.
CEF is important to me because the work is all based on relationship, and the advocate role allows me to practice real community with my Durham neighbors.
CEF is important to me because it's connected me with the Chapel Hill community beyond the university.
Okay, CEF is very important. The advocates, the workers, I've been coming here for 6, 7, maybe 9 years, and everybody's very helpful. They help me with jobs, they help me with housing, they help me with a lot of different organizations. They have helped Erica. Y'all are great. The community needs to know more about this organization. They got so many different things out here that's free. I don't know no more to say.
If you made $7.25 an hour, then your gross income for the year would be like $15,000. We all know that's not any money. But the problem is with Chapel Hill is that no one builds anything that will fit your income. They're not hardly paying living wage in Chapel Hill, which is sad also. So when you think about $7.25 an hour, you're thinking about maybe $300 a month for your rent. There is no way you can afford Chapel Hill. This community is the soul of Chapel Hill, and yet it can't even live in the city, even though many of them work here.
Hi, I'm Jackie. The reason I chose CEF was because I really wanted to get more involved in the Chapel Hill Carrboro community, and I'm really passionate about social justice, so I thought it would be a great way.
CEF is important to me because it's a supportive community where folks care for each other in all sorts of ways.
CEF is important to me because without CEF, I would definitely be lost. They've helped me with so many things over the years and still helping, and it's really an asset to the community.
Hi, my name is Kelsey, and CEF is important to me because it gives me a chance to pour back into a community that has given me so much throughout my 4 years in Chapel Hill. I feel so honored to be in a space where members are willing to share their challenges and experiences with us, and be in a space where we can truly just support one another. I love coming into CEF. It brings me so much joy, and I'm just so grateful for all the conversations and relationships formed in this space.
Hi everyone, I'm State Representative Graig Meyer, and I'm so pleased to join the Community Empowerment Fund for today's celebration. Thanks to everyone at the Community Empowerment Fund for the amazing work they've done over the last few years, helping thousands of people in our community and really helping all of us. Because for us to have a prosperous community, we need to have everyone have financial security. When I think back to what led me into politics, it was because I was working in our local school system with kids who were going to be first in their family or first generation to go to college, meaning most of them didn't come from families that had access to any sort of wealth and usually had a hard time just meeting the month-to-month demands of paying for rent and food and school expenses, and really weren't able to give their kids things that many of us take for granted, like enrolling a kid into a soccer program or something. The parents that we worked with were doing the best they could, and they wanted their kids to be raised in Chapel Hill because they loved our community and they wanted their kids to have access to good schools. But sometimes parents had to make heartbreaking decisions about whether to stay in our community because they simply couldn't afford it. And occasionally we would have a family that would become homeless, or a family that had significant food insecurity, and parents who just didn't know what to do. They were at the end of their rope. When that happened, we needed partners like organizations that serve in the way that the Community Empowerment Fund does, or others in the community, that sit down with folks and walk them through, here's what your options are, here's the financial decisions that we can help you make, here are some opportunities for you. Because for the most part, people that suffer from housing insecurity or food insecurity, what they really want is they want opportunity. They want the ability to make better decisions for themselves and their kids because they want stability and they want to be able to raise their kids into a better life, but they can't do that without a strong foundation. And it helps when there is someone who is willing to walk them through that, to help them make the decisions that they want for their family. And one of the things I love about how the Community Empowerment Fund focuses their work is that they don't tell people this is what you gotta do. They don't force them into some program that tries to solve all their problems. They ask people to set goals, identify things they want to work on, and then they act as a partner for that person, building that person's individual strength or the family capacity to be strong and economically independent and therefore more secure. And when that happens family by family, it ensures us that we maintain a diverse and inclusive Chapel Hill and Orange County community, and that all of us are better off because when people are working and supporting themselves and their family, they're not as dependent on the overall safety net, and everyone benefits because we're just doing better when we're doing it all together. It would be wonderful if my colleagues here in the North Carolina General Assembly would do more to take care of working people by raising our minimum wage, for instance, or creating a mandatory program of paid family leave so that people could take care of aging or ailing parents or children. We could even require paid sick days. There are so many things that we could do to help out economically. But the General Assembly that I serve in hasn't made those things a priority. Maybe one day they will. I'll certainly be fighting for it. But in the meantime, and probably even after we make some better decisions about economic health for North Carolina, it's so important to have community partners like the Community Empowerment Fund who are working with families to help them navigate the decisions in their lives and to keep them living right here with the rest of us in the Chapel Hill and Orange County that we know and love. So, thanks again, my friends, and thanks to everyone who supports this good work. We couldn't do it without you, and it's part of what makes our community such a wonderful place to live, is when you donate, volunteer, and support organizations like the Community Empowerment Fund. Thanks, everyone.
Today's a new day. I moved into my house. Nothing but love in my heart, and I got a new start.